Good morning from a very windy Kings Island. It's my first visit here to this park. It's been a bucket list park for many years. Very windy. We had loads of bad weather last night. Lots of tornado warnings to the south, but it should be a nice sunny day today. Not too hot, but just about enough for this British person's skin. So yeah, I look forward to getting on some of my favourite bucket list coasters. I say favourite, I don't know what they're like, do I? But a lot of them I've seen about. I think there's 15 credits here. And I think race is 2 credits, so yeah, 15. You got a Ryan, you got Baton Shit, you got I think you got Flight of Fear, is it? And then you got a Mystic Timbers, the Beast. You got so many other things. They did used to have Vortex here as well, but I think that lot is vacant at the moment. I think there's a Vekoma over there. One of those suspended Vekoma boomerangs. I think that's the model, I'm not sure. But yeah, I've just walked in from the shuttle stop from my hotel right down the other end of the parking lot. So I look forward to getting it in Saturday. So it should be busy. It says about 80% on the crowd calendar. I don't know how much you believe that, but yeah, I look forward to getting into this park. So many bucket list coasters. I've put this park on for many years. So I look forward to getting in. And here we are through the turnstiles about 9:45. I haven't got early ride entry, but I just take it as a spot where they block you in. So I'm just going to have a look around the Diamondback area, I think. But it's nice to be in here. I remember going to Kings Island for the first time in 2023. Had a similar beautiful entrance. You got the Eiffel Tower down there. Obviously not a full-size one, but that's beautiful. You got the Kings Island sign there. You can have your photo taken. I will not be going on that drop tower. But I feel like the entrances are quite lackluster. That's the first impression, really. You want a good first impression of a theme park, or an amusement park in this case. Probably have another look at this later on when I've got some time, but I just want to get into the area. I know that Ryan's the biggest coaster here, but I've heard you might get a better ride than Diamondback in terms of air time, and that's what I look for at the coaster, really, air time. So yeah, I will give a ride a go, but when I've been looking at wait times, it's normally around the Diamondback Mystic Timber area where you get the longest waits. So yeah, I love the fountain show. Let's go and have a closer look, actually. I don't know if they do this all down, but look at this. Love a good fountain package. It's the perfect temperature. It's absolutely stunning. It's just ruined a bit by that entrance. And here we are, approaching Diamondback. B&M Hypercoaster, I never wanted to tick off my list. Yeah, this is beautiful. This has been repainted recently as well, so I look forward to getting on this one, because I've heard a lot of good things about it. I think the entrance is down there to the left, but people are queuing up for it here, so even if you have to wait a bit, it's alright. It's a Saturday after all. And here we go, right on 10 o'clock. It's open. They sent a lot of test runs around, at least 1 or 2 with staff members on, so I do love the sign to Diamondback. It's absolutely amazing. I've not seen any lockers so far. Apparently you gotta use lockers, but oh, it says storage bit on there. On the sign I'm just reading to the right, so I thought you had to use a locker, but there might be a right and there might be some other rides that you have to do that. I'm just learning it as I go. Everyone has those little small backpacks, don't they, on their front of them, so yeah, I look forward to this. It might be on the 2-train service, I'm not sure. I can see one on the brake run down there. Yeah, look at that lift hill. They're so imposing, aren't they? They're beautiful structures to look at. That's what I've noticed coming into the park today. Those skylines are absolutely amazing. You got all this cowpen here. I don't think the queue is too bad behind me. So I reckon about 40 minutes worth, which is, it seems about right, really. I don't really fancy waiting in that. If I only get one ride on it today, I only get one ride. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, they got at least 2 trains. It might have 3 trains on, I'm not sure. But we'll find out. Diamondback. Let's go. So yeah, they're running on 3 trains, I think. There's one in the station and one on the brake run, so it's quite loud standing underneath that lift hill. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. This is such a bucket list coaster. Possibly number 1 in this park, really, for me. great start to the day there on Diamondback. Back row ride, it's got that staggered seating like Shambhala. It's so free when you're not sat right next to somebody. But that's such an awesome way to start the day. Yes, it's not the most comfortable ride. I say that, it is comfortable, but it doesn't run the smoothest. But it's definitely smooth enough, it's not rough, it's not uncomfortable. And it's just a great ride. It's a long let out, plenty of flow air time moments, plenty of hills, plenty of turns. It's just such a great ride to have your arms up. Great ride to start the day, and I can see why plenty of people like it. It's not my favourite hypercoaster. Normally I feel like if a ride's going to be one of my favourites, I'll know straight away. And that's really good. It's not amazing. It's not like Shambhala level. It looks great. It looks freshly painted. It looks amazing. You got the splash zone at the end. You got loads of great moments on it. Of course, at a long let out, so you got plenty more time to enjoy it. But yeah, it's not one of my favourites, but it's a really good start to the day. It's a really good ride, Diamondback. A really good hypercoaster by B&M, and there's a lot of good B&M hypercoasters around the world, and a lot of good B&M coasters here at the park. So I look forward to getting on the rest at Kings Island. I can't really get many great off-ride shots because there's a lot of copyright music playing, so you'll have to listen to my boring voice. But here it comes down, one of the best spots in the park, I think, already, to see Diamondback go down the drop there. Yeah, you go, most of the let-out's right behind there, right down the back of the park. Yeah, it's a great long let-out, I really do like it. I've just come down towards Mystic Timbers. The entrance to Diamondback's all the way up there. Yeah, there's a few great spots to get some off-road shots of Diamondback, but we've got all that music playing in the background. It's quite hard to film without talking, so yeah, I'll try my best, but I can't promise. So the second ride of the day will be Mystic Timbers. This one you do have to use a locker for this GCI wooden coaster, which I don't see the problem putting stuff on the station. The operations were alright on Diamondback, we weren't too slow. I like the logo there for Mystic Timbers. Oh yeah, and then you got the Miami River Lumber Co there. It says 0 minutes, I don't know if I believe that or not. There's plenty of people walking into the queue. But yeah, you gotta use lockers. They are paid, I see the fair parks, which is really disappointing really, but it is what it is. It's normally like $10, $12 really for all day locker where you can move it around the park, so I'm gonna have to do that. It's not great. Yeah, it looks like it's longer than 0 minutes. Well, that was absolutely amazing. I've been waiting to go on that for many years, Mystic Timbers. You hear a lot about what's in the shed at the moment, and that wasn't too special, but the ride itself, it's one of my favourite ever wooden coasters, purely because it's so low to the ground. Can't get very many good shots from off-ride, so I'm here at the exit. You got a little pre-lift there going up the lift, and you got the curve drop, which I really like. And then all the low to ground moments, twists to the side, one direction, the other direction, and yeah, I wish there was more spots to get off-ride shots, but there's the entrance that I think it was only about 15-20 minutes. They're not using the out and back parts of the queue either, so yeah, the in the shed moment down there before the station, it wasn't too special. They got white screens in there, which is not great. They're not really working, the projectors, so yeah, I love the twists and turns. Airtime's really good. It's ejector airtime, but it's not extreme, which I find which is good. It's basically a better Wickerman, obviously a different layout, and it's much more aggressive. But it's great with the trains. So that it's got the proper wooden, was it Millennium Flyers? I think they are. At least it's got the Gravity Group trains. So yeah, let's go on to our next ride. When I paid for the locker on that one as well, it was only $5. I'm a bit scared that it's not going to be an all-day one, even though I selected that. So let's go and ride some more rides that way. I think we're going to go to Orion next, maybe. I don't know. Banshee. Just gonna make do with what we've got. It looks like Whitewater Canyon's not opening until Memorial Day weekend, so yeah, I like the music on the background, but it does ruin some of the shots. You got Diamondback's Lift Hill. Yeah, it's quite muggy. Yeah, I look forward to getting on it. I'm sorry it's not really detailed vlog, detailed reviews, but try and get as much as I can. This is Saturday today, so I just want to ride as much as I can. I'm not going to do the best with updates on a day like today. This may only be a one day vlog trip. I have got 2 more days at the park, but yeah, I might enjoy the next 2 days off camera. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, running 3 trains on Diamondback. It does stack a little bit on both the rides I've been on this morning, but it's not too bad. Yeah, Just look at that, it's a beautiful ride. Sorry about the quality here, but you see the beast in the background? You never know, my first ride might be at night. I honestly don't know where the entrance to that is, if I'm being honest. I think it's to the right of Planet Snoopy, I could be totally wrong. I didn't do too much research in terms of park layout. Of course I know most of the rides here, what their names are, but I think you got a ride over here. I think this is another locker ride, so got Flight of Fear down there. I think it's Flight of Fear, I'm not entirely sure, I could be butchering that name. So let's go over to Orion, which is right there. People say, is it a Giga Coaster? Yeah, I think it is. It's a 300-foot drop. I think the drop's the most important thing, though, isn't it? When you're defining what a Giga Coaster is. That's just my personal opinion. Then you got a Windseeker. They do terrify me, those. I've been on one of those at Carowinds before, and it terrified the living daylights out of me because it's so slow at the top, and you have a little puny restraint. And I think this is where Vortex was. This whole layout here, this thing is ever Vekoma or an Arrow, I can't remember, but yeah, I'd love to see something there. Maybe they get an RMC here. Maybe they get an Intamin multi-launch. There's a lot of rumours, but yeah, it's a shame I didn't get that. I'm not going to be able to get the credit, but you can see over there, it's opened up the view towards the beast. And you got another good view of Diamondback here. I think I got the Flight of Fear name wrong for the coaster back there. I've totally butchered that, I think. But I'll look back at this later on when I'm looking at the view, looking at the clips and think, what the hell am I on about? But yeah, I can see a Orion train cresting the top of the lift. Yeah, on Mystic Timbers as well, they got multiple coloured trains, the same with Orion. It's a shame about the in the shed moment as well, because that was really hyped up, wasn't it, before that ride opened, and it's not really that special. It's got some nice music, some nice theming elements, some nice props, but it's just not much going on in there other than that. Yeah, I'm going to go over to Orion. I think it's to the left. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll work things out as we go. So I did get it wrong. It's the Queen City Stunt Coaster. I don't think that's the original name. I did hear something about them refilming a few rides. Yeah, that was the name of it. I thought I'd look at that before I go through the rest of the day, worrying about if I got the name of that ride wrong. Yeah, that music's blaring everywhere, isn't it? It's a lot of copyright music. I'm not a massive fan of that. I wish there was more original stuff. But it's an amusement park, isn't it? So you kind of expect it to not be their own themed scores or something like that. But I can see Banshee down there. Banshee, a bit in an inverted coaster with vest restraints. I think that's the only one in the world, isn't it? Quite interesting. Got Wave Swinger. You got Racer there. You got two sides there, 2 credits to get on there. And they're riding through here. Yeah. But this is a more industrial theme, this is. It's like a stylised coaster like Hyperia is. Not necessarily themed, but it's got some stylised elements, so I can't wait to get into the area. You knew I was setting Flight of Fear earlier when I was talking about Stunt Coaster? Yeah, that's here, right by Orion. So that can get quite a long wait time. I've noticed when I've checked the queue times website. That's normally one of the longest queues, so very loud with Racer in the background, but it's very hot now. Yeah, so what's the queue time on there? I think it says 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours. I'm not waiting 2 hours for that. In fact, I don't think any of them are 2 hours. It can't be. Because this says 2 hours down here, but I don't see many people walking into the ride. Yeah, let's go and get a locker, shall we? Yeah, I'm not... 200... Oh, it says current wait time 30 minutes. Oh, I don't get that. You can see up here. See up there, there's 2 different wait times. I don't know how much you can see of that. Yeah, that's strange. I don't know how that works. Yeah. But you'll know about this ride as well. But before they built it, they showed the layout. You got a long brake run. I kind of think that's a waste of space. I have seen POVs at this, and it does seem like there's a lot of momentum wasted when you get to that brake run. Just look how long that is. That's the start of the brake run, and it goes all the way down here. So, yeah, I look forward to getting on it. It's another Giga Coaster to tick off. I haven't got too high of expectations for this, but I might be blown away. I don't know yet. that was way too short a run. It's a great ride, it runs very well, it's some good elements. So you got the wave turn, you got the helix near the end, but that brake run, the short layout, and yeah, it stacks a little bit as well. It's not a perfect ride, it's a great ride to look at, but you can't really get many off-road shots there either, so I probably need a few more rides on it. I did have a bad ride, you do get plenty of floater air time, but the layout is just way too short. I forgot to mention I only waited 30 minutes for a ride there. There was a lot of cow pen bit in use, but luckily not all of it. So yeah, it moves pretty quickly. B&M operations, even if they're not the quickest, they're still pretty quick. I've just walked past Delirium as well, and through one of the newer areas, the Venture Point, and maybe have a look at that at some other point. But yeah, Delirium looks like he's got quite a long queue. But here we are, Banshee. I've heard good and bad things about this. It does have the vest restraints. I think it's the only one, I'm not sure, the only one with the vest restraints on the inverters. So I look forward to getting on this. Again, I don't know if this is a locker ride or not, so I think it might be actually to the left down there. Because if you've got a long queue, you kind of want something to do. I'm on my own, I've not got much to do other than think to myself basically, so I need something to do in the queue. If I have my mobile phone on me, I've got something to do. And yeah. There we go. And I like this. Vertical loop. That's a good shot, isn't it? One of the famous shots of Banshee there, the loop going over the lift hill. I'm going to go and have a look at the queue time first actually before I get on. It says 90 minutes, so yeah, I'm going to go in the queue. I'll take my 31 minutes, so I'm hoping it's I can put it. Because otherwise I'm holding on for it for dear life. So I'm not waiting 90 minutes without a phone, but I want to get the ride in before the end of the day anyway. I'm trying to get around the ones that I really want to do. This is included in this one. So yeah, 90 minutes. You're bound to get a ride that long of a queue. So I'm going to go and put my stuff in the locker down here. I'm hoping it's not as advertised. Sometimes the rides are as advertised, and it's a bit of isn't it, at the end of the day. I think he's going up the lift at again. So the operations aren't too bad. So Banshee. I waited an hour and a half, I thought it was bang on, and it's very busy around the park now. I've just checked the queue time, and yeah, very busy. But that wasn't one of my favourites, far from it. I mean, it looks good off-ride, but even then the theming is lacking. It's got that stylized theme, isn't it? Like, it's pretending to look like something, but there's not too much going on. The operations aren't great, but yeah, the only thing he's really got going for it, in my opinion, is the appearance of the actual ride hardware. And that's about it really, because you can't really say it's got a proper theme, even though it's got like a few things around here. I'll show you here. Right, see that sort of thing there? They got a couple more bits by the fence near the brake run as well, but yeah, the hardware looks good, the colour scheme's nice, and even the trains are nice, but they've got vest restraints. I don't know if you can see that, it'll probably come out of the station in a second, but yeah, the vest restraints are my favourite. It's not the most comfortable either in terms of roughness, it does shake and bounce a little, quite a lot. Yeah, it's far from my favourite invert, it's probably the worst one I've done actually. I even prefer ones like Inferno, so that just goes to show how much I'm about to say. I couldn't think what I was going to say then, but yeah, at least favourite of my inverts. But it does look good off-ride, and it's a crowd pleaser. It gets long waits, and I can kind of see why, because it's pretty quick. It's got some nice, what you would think would be nice inversions. The inline twist, got the vertical loop. Here, I think is that an Immelman? You got a lot of the ride you can't see because it's like right at the back of the park, but where Son of Beast used to be. But here we go. The operations aren't very quick at all. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of it really. I wouldn't wait again for it unless it was like a really short wait, and that's bound not to happen all weekend, so yeah, probably my one and done there. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done because it's so busy, like I've said. Thought I might as well just walk around the park, have a little stroll. The day 2 vlog is probably going to be more action packed than this one. You don't really want that to be the case, but it's just going to be like that. This is my first impressions and happens to be on a Saturday, so I'm just going to stroll around the park now. I'm not far from the entrance. I think Vertigo is closed today. I think the drop tower is closed as well behind me. Yeah, and they got rid of their Sky Coaster as well, which is, I find it always kind of weird that they're called coasters, but it is what it is. You see? is closed. Won't be able to get that credit today, maybe Monday or tomorrow. Yeah, but there is a few parks like this that are quite nice. It is an amusement park, but I found the same thing at King's Dominion, like I mentioned at the start of the vlog. There is a few beautiful areas like this. This is quite nice and cool as well. It's not too hot. Very much in the shade, you could say. Yeah, I've not actually looked at that water ride off it either, so I don't know how to cool down. And also, when I got off Banshee and then I walked through all the area, every food and drink place is packed, massive lines. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get anything to eat. I did get a bottle of Coke from a vending machine, but that's about it. It's just too busy for me. We're here right at the entrance. I didn't initially think you could go straight left, but obviously you can. To the King's Island Theatre. Yeah, I think most of the day from now on just going to be me wandering, maybe get a ride here and there if I feel like it. But that was an hour and a half and I don't feel like doing that for every ride. But the problem is, most rides are like that now. I think Diamondback's it was on 2 hours last time I checked, and I got that on that within 10 minutes at the start of the day. So yeah, we're back at the entrance. It's a little bit, I can't speak, a little less sunny than it was. Now one of these days, 3 days I have here, I'm just going to get some pictures, walk around the park off camera, take it all, and then do another vlog on Monday, which I hope is going to be less busy than today, so I can get some more reviews for you. Because at the moment I'm not happy with what I'm doing now, but I've always got to show you what the real stuff, what really happened. I'm not going to shy away from that. So yeah, I've only done 4 rides so far, but it is what it is. It's a Saturday, and then just got to take it all in. Yeah, get a new entrance to King's Island. Come on, Six Flags. Yeah, I forgot about that as well. So this is the first visit to a Cedar Fair park that is technically under Six Flags. So I'm now in one of the many shops around the resort. I'm gonna have a look at the merch, see if there's anything I want to buy. I'm always trying to find something that I could buy. I do like these shirts actually. They're quite nice. What I'm looking for is specific ride merch that I think maybe over here. I'm not sure. Oh look, Mystic Timbers. It's between those two so far. Out of the 4 rides I've done, those 2 are my favourite. Diamondback and Mystic Timbers. There's some nice shirts. Oh, I do like the Beast. I need to go and see what the wait time is for that actually. If not, I'll just get a no ride later on. Oh, look at that Diamondback shirt. I think that's a bit too out there, isn't it? I think it's a bit too extreme. Yeah, it's a big disappointment so far, right? I mean, it looks great off right, but it's a big disappointment in the state with Banshee. Yes, they're bucket list rides, but I'm not going to rush on to do them again unless there's a sure wait. And of course, you have these landing coasters. I've only ever seen these at Cedar Fair parks. Six Flags. Keep forgetting. Yeah, those are landing coasters. Don't even say a price. I want. I'm not even very specific. When I say specific, I know what I want as soon as I see it. Straight away, I don't want any of this. It's nice merch, don't get me wrong, but oh, it's a mugs. Oh look, it's a number plate. Socks. Oh yeah, there's plenty of merch in here. You got the traditional stuff as well, like shot glasses. This is something so intimidating about these wind seekers. Just walk around this area of the park, just absorbing the atmosphere. It's so intimidating, aren't they? I mentioned earlier how the restraints aren't that much and you just got a puny little lap bar. I remember Carowin is the one I went on, that's the only one I've been on. I closed my eyes the entire way. I'll go on any coaster, but this, no thank you. I'm a bit better with drop towers, normal drop towers, but even then I'm feeling a bit sketchy, so I still don't know the way to the Beast. I'm just guessing as I go, just walking around the whole park, getting used to it really. I'm also not a fan of a park where you get a bit confused with the layout, even without a map. I like to think you could get around a park without having to consult a map. I think that's a sign of a bit of a great park, that if you can get around the park without resorting to looking at a map to see where you are, and yeah, it can either be good or bad. All these little things matter, like a layout does matter, layout of a park does matter a lot. It seems like it's one big channel down the middle and it spreads off into little areas to the left mainly, then to the right. The right side of the park, which is this side, seems more sprawling really. And the left side, this seems like a bunch of rides up the left side. But if you look on the map, you probably know how I say it, so probably talking a lot of rubbish. But as you can see, I think that's not the car ride, even that's got a long queue. And this is just an example of the food places. But all that queue there is, yeah, that's all for one diner there, so I'm probably going to starve until they're on, I think. Go and have a look at Diamondback again, shall we? Yeah, so I found the entrance to the Beast. It's right by the helix of Diamondback, right near the splashdown. Yeah, instead of walking straight into the middle of the path from Diamondback, you take a turn and here you are. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't find this. It says 100 minutes, I think it says. Yeah, it's going out of the entrance. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to have a look around the area. Probably do all these rides on Monday. Except from this one, obviously. I'm going to do this one later, obviously, because this is the only day of the trip that's open at night. Next 2 days are up until 7 PM, so I'm not going to be able to get a night ride. Yeah, even whatever the queue is later on, I'm going to wait in it for a night ride, because everyone says it's really famous, and this is my first ride. Is at night, then yeah, that's going to be fantastic. And here's Diamondback again. Some great views from here. I'm going around the park now, just trying to find some good spots to take pictures and videos. And this is a pretty good one here of Orion. It's actually one of the best spots to see it. That includes taking pictures up close as well, because a lot of it is at awkward angles. But yeah, this one's pretty good. You do get some good pictures as you walk from Diamondback and that way. It's because it's so tall, really. Yeah, I like that you got this sign in front here. Yeah, I still think it's way too short of a ride. It's alright. It is one of the biggest disappointments so far today, first time here. But yeah, we were all hoping for a longer ride, weren't we, when we saw all the land clearing for this. They had all the trees down that side of the park. Yeah, it is what it is. It's a similar sort of to Diamondback, and that's much shorter in height. So yeah, I much prefer Diamondback to Orion, but it is nice to have this at the park. I do love the colour blue, and it's very imposing, very photogenic as well. Like I just said, Orion is very photogenic. I love that blue, one of my favourite colours that is. In fact, it is my favourite. It's just actually gone over the drop there, you probably just missed it. You can hear the noise, can't you, normally? It's got that typical B&M noise as it goes along the track. Some have bigger roars, some don't. I think it depends if they've got sand in the rails. Is it in the rails or the track itself? I'm not sure, but you can see the brake run. I mentioned it earlier when I first rode it. It's such a long brake run, it goes all the way down there. And it's only just gone over that drop, but I could already hear it coming back after the helix. It's such a short ride for the height it is. You want it to be at least maybe 1,000 foot longer than Diamondback, but it's not that much different really. I've mentioned this ride 3 times today, but it's still so photogenic. I love spending my time looking at it. Even if I'm not really riding anything for a few hours, I just like to absorb the atmosphere. I do get anxious at parks, so I tend to just walk around and not wait in queues if I can help it. But I have got 2 more days, like I said, so I think it's I was at an 83% on the crowd calendar. I know they're not completely accurate, but I'll have a look at that at the end of the day to see what it actually ends up as, so I can really get an idea of what the next 2 days will be. So yeah, not a great first day at the park in terms of getting a number of rides in, but I've done ones that are priority, and they're doing a little bit better than they were earlier with the operations. Initially I thought they were doing really good. Maybe I just got a lucky a lucky dispatch, but yeah, I think Banshee's been the worst one today. It just seems like it takes ages to dispatch that ride, even on 3 trains. So look at that. I think it's around 280 foot, something like that, the actual lift hill. But the drop's obviously 300 foot. Very controversial. Yeah, I don't think it's that controversial, because I think it's a Giga Coaster, but yeah, I do love the wave turn. I wish I could go and get a picture of that really, because you can see some of the ride there. You got the helix. Yeah, photogenic. It's just the structure is so nice to look at, isn't it? You'd have to agree with me there. Been an extremely busy day today at Kings Island. I've got on 4 rides today. I think it was Diamondback first, Mystic Timbers, Ryan and Banshee. Yes, that's not a lot, but if I had to pick 4 I really wanted to go on before the trip, then they would have been the 4. Maybe the bit east, but I've not done that today. It's a shame not getting a night ride on it on this trip, unless the queue's about 3 hours before 7 o'clock tomorrow or the next day. I'm not going to get a night ride. Apparently it's really 30 minutes for it. The thing is with wooden coasters, I either love them or hate them. Stuff like Wicker Man or Mystic Timbers from today, I really love, but then I can get on some wooden coasters and they're not that great. So, it's not the end of the world if I don't get it, but I've heard a lot of stuff about it and I'm probably going to get a day ride at some point on this trip. I've got 2 more days to get that. But overall it's been a pretty solid day. I wish I did a lot more, but all the queue times are around 2 hours or more. After like the first 2 hours of the day, I just don't have the energy for it. All the food places and drink places have got a long queue, so I've not really eaten anything at all. I just want to go and get something to eat at the hotel now. Yes, I could stay a bit longer if I had company maybe, but I'm going solo on all these trips and it just gets tiring. So I'm at stages. I still love coming to the theme parks, don't get me wrong. But yeah, you know my thoughts on the rides I've done today. If you want to hear about that, just rewind. But yeah, overall pretty solid. Would have loved to have done more, but yeah, first impressions of Kings Island. Yeah, so I look forward to the next 2 days. Probably there may be another vlog from the next 2 days. I'm not decided yet. So if you don't end up seeing one, then there's a good reason for it. But yeah, here we are, very busy day. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.